In this video, I'm going to unbox this Samsung 7 Series 65-inch TV I just got from Costco, and it's just before Thanksgiving in 2021, and these are on sale. Both Costco, Best Buy, Walmart, they are the same price, around $570 plus taxes, and you will find the link on the video below. And I decided to go with a 65-inch, though my room here will probably take a 55-inch, or maybe there was a 58-inch also. But because of the price and the size, I decided to go with the 65-inch. Now this is a 64.5-inch diagonal, labeled as 65-inch. This is a 7 series. The model number is TU700D. On my channel, you will find another review I did a few years back for the 800 model, and that's a 75-inch 800 model Samsung that I have. When I check the prices for this TV on price.shopping, I can see that the price has varied from $478 to $949. And if you're not aware of this site, this is a site where you can track your prices, and it will fetch the prices for multiple retailers. In this case, I have Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, Samsung. And the best thing about this one is you can track the price history of this TV in this case. And I can see that last year in November, the price was around $479, $478, whereas it jumped this year to $649 and back to $569. This is where I bought it. So the prices are around $100 more than last year, but due to probably the chip shortage and the other problems with the availability of these TVs, maybe the prices are higher. So if you have not used this site, you can go and sign up. It's price.shopping, and they also have the apps to scan barcodes, and you can get the prices from different retailers. So the way it is, the top portion has this foam, and the remote and the two stands come out of that foam. The two stands are right there, and once you pull it out, you can pull the box with the TV standing in there, and I'll use both my hands. With the cover box removed, I can take these foam materials out, and that will give me access to the TV itself. And I'll take the cover off. The instructions show that the right is from the rear and left from the rear. So on these, you can see the right, but this is going to be the right on this side. And it's good to put this on a table so that you have a little gap. I have put it on the floor, so I'm going to get my wife to help me put these stands and put it upright. So this is the right side, and all you have to do is push it so it goes all the way in, and same for the left side. One thing about the feet is, the feet, if you put it properly, it should be inclined towards the outside. So once you put the TV, that should be the way it is. And I'm going to remove these panels that is on the side. Regarding the accessories, it came with the remote. There are batteries for the remote. a power cable and an HDMI cable, so that's good. And also it has the manual. Both ends of the power cable are angled, which is good if you are mounting it on a wall. These are a lifesaver. You don't have to mount it too far. And the power cable goes right over here, whereas the other inputs on the side. In the connections here, there are two HDMI connections. So HDMI 1, HDMI 2, there is an optical out, and there is an USB port there, which gives you 5 volts on that. There is also a network connector here, so you can plug in if it's closer to the router or Ethernet connection. And also there is the cable hookup if you still use a cable coaxial in. I'm going to turn it on. And I will let it set up.
Experience the extraordinary with your Samsung screen. 2 simple options. How would you like to get started?
Good thing is it is able to connect to the higher speed bandwidth network, which is on the 5 gigahertz of my router, and that is better for streaming than the 2 gigahertz, 2.4 gigahertz. And it is now updating the software. The picture is clear. I would say, I do see the difference between the 800 series of the Samsung to the 700 series, this one. In terms of the video settings, I did change some of the picture settings, and that helped a little bit. So if you change it to movie instead of standard, and it will reduce the brightness a little bit, and I like it. But you can play with your settings. So the other settings I did was the expert settings, and I went from the brightness a little bit lower, sharpness, color. There is also the contrast enhancer. You can go high. The biggest change was with the color tone. So if you go with the standard, you can see that it becomes much bluer with the cool, and you can go with warm 2, though warm 1 is probably a good one. And you can play with that, and that made it a little better in terms of the color picture. I have to compare the remote to the 800 TV I have, or 8000 series, and to the new one, which is the 7000 series. So of course this has more buttons, which I don't like. I like the minimalist. For example, all these number buttons are not going to be used. The one that is important is this home button, so you can go to the home. Netflix is fine, means I can get to these ones. They probably put it in there. Guide probably I'll not use. And then the arrow buttons are the one I would expect, that the arrow buttons, and then the return button is here. So select, which is, and the return button is here, and this is the enter button. The rest of it is pretty much unusable, except you can do the settings over here. There are too many buttons in here. The volume control is there. The channel in my case is not applicable, but I guess if you are using it as a TV with on-air receiving, you might be able to use the channel. In this case, I like this slimmer remote, which comes with the higher-end Samsung. This is actually a few years older from my other TV, and you will see a link to the review on this one, on this TV. But here, the good thing is it only has like the home button, and these are toggle buttons for the volume and channel. So this is make it much slimmer. Return, as well as these are the toggle buttons for up and the arrow, and the middle one is the select. So this is much better in terms of, but I won't complain for the price I got. These are twice as much as this TV. So Here is the source, and of course the power button is there, so you can select the source from this, or you can go to the home and select it using the menu there. The picture is clear, and it's pretty comparable to the 800, though I believe the 800 series has a little better. I'm watching YouTube TV here, and I can't show a particular video here or a movie because of licensing rights for my YouTube channel. But in general, it's a really good TV. If you are looking to buy a 65-inch, go for it.